Good morning, students. So we will be continuing with our next lecture of magnetic effect of electric current. The topic name is electromagnetic induction. So first we will do some reading part. We have studied that when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field such that the direction of current is perpendicular to the magnetic field, it experiences a force. This force causes the conductor to move. Now let us imagine a situation in which a conductor is moving inside a magnetic field, or a magnetic field is changing around a fixed conductor. What will happen? This was the first studied by English physicist Michael Faraday in 1831. Faraday made an important breakthrough by discovering how a moving magnet can be used to generate electric currents. To observe this effect, let us perform the following activity. Take a coil or wire AB having a large number of turns. Connect the ends of coil to galvanometer. Take a strong bar magnet. Move its north pole toward the end P of the coil. Do you find any change in the galvanometer needle? There is a momentary deflection in the needle of the galvanometer, say to the right. This indicates the presence of a current in the coil AB. The deflection becomes zero the moment the motion of magnet stops. Now withdraw the north pole of the magnet away from the coil. Now the galvanometer is deflected toward the left, showing that the current is now set up in a direction opposite to the first. Place the magnet stationary at a point near to coil, keeping its north pole toward the end B of the coil. We see that the galvanometer needle deflects toward the right when the coil is moved toward the north pole of the magnet. Similarly, the needle moves towards left when the coil is moved away. When the coil is kept stationary with respect to magnet, the deflection of galvanometer drops to zero. What do you conclude from this activity? A galvanometer is an instrument that can detect the presence of a current in a circuit. The pointer remains at zero for zero current flowing through it. It can deflect either to the left or to the right of the zero mark depending on the direction of current. You can also check that if you had moved south pole of the magnet towards the end B of the coil, the deflection would be just opposite to the previous case. When the coil and the magnet are both stationary, there is no deflection. The motion of a magnet with respect to coil produces an induced potential difference, which sets up induced electric current in the circuit. Let us perform a variation of activity 13.8 in which the moving magnet is replaced by a current carrying coil and the current in the coil can be varied. Take two different coils of copper wire having a large number of turns, say 50 and 100 turns. Insert them over a non-conducting cylindrical roll as shown in Fig 13.17. Connect the coil 1 having large number of turns in series with a battery and a plug key. Also connect the other coil 2 with a galvanometer as shown. Plug in the key. Observe the galvanometer. Is there a deflection in its needle? You will observe that the needle of the galvanometer instantly jumps to one side and just as quickly returns to zero, indicating a momentary current in coil 2. Disconnect coil 1 from the battery. You will observe that the needle momentarily moves, but to the opposite side. It means that now the current flows in the opposite direction in coil 2. In this activity, we observe that as soon as the current in coil 1 reaches either a steady value or zero, the galvanometer in coil 2 shows no deflection. From these observations, we conclude that a potential difference is induced in coil 2 whenever the electric current through the coil 1 is changing, starting or stopping. Coil 1 is called the primary coil and coil 2 is called the secondary coil. As the current in the first coil changes, the magnetic field associated with it also changes. Thus, the magnetic field lines around the secondary coil also change. Hence, the change in magnetic field lines associated with the secondary coil is the cause of induced electric current in it. This process by which a changing magnetic field in a conductor induces a current in another conductor is called electromagnetic induction. In practice, we can induce current in a coil either by moving it in a magnetic field or by changing the magnetic field around it. It is convenient in most situations to move the coil in a magnetic field. The induced current is found to be highest when the direction of motion of the coil is at right angle to the magnetic field. In this situation, we can use a simple rule to know the direction of induced current. Stretch the thumb, forefinger, middle finger of right hand so that they are perpendicular to each other. Forefinger indicates the direction of magnetic field and thumb indicates the direction of motion of conductor. Then the middle finger will show the direction of induced current. This rule, simple rule, is also called Fleming's right hand rule. So we have done the theory part. Now we will be we have done the reading part. We will be now going on with the understanding part. So you have to understand, in the previous lecture we have studied that means when a coil is rotated in a magnetic field, a force will be when a current is passing through a coil and that coil is placed in magnetic field, a force will act on that coil, and that is the principle behind electric motor. But here the situation is different. What will you do? You will take a conductor. First of all, you will take a conductor such as a coil. You will move that coil in a magnetic field. That means when you are moving that coil in a magnetic field, the magnetic field linked to that coil is going to change. Or you can do another thing. You can take a coil, you can bring a magnet close to that coil, then also the magnet linked with that coil is going to change. Suppose you are having this coil like this, n number of turns. Okay. You bought a magnet close to this. This is A end of coil, this is B end of coil. Bring the north pole of bar magnet close to one end of the coil. What will happen? That means here magnetic field will be different and here magnetic field will be different, because a magnet is having magnetic field around it, and the magnetic field at B's end will be different and magnetic end at A will be different. And if you connect a galvanometer here, what is this galvanometer? Galvanometer is a device which is used to detect whether a current is running in this circuit or not. You will connect a galvanometer. Galvanometer is a instrument which is used to detect the flow of current in circuit. Flow of current in circuit. So activity number 1 like this: take a coil with n number of turns. Attach both the ends of a coil with a galvanometer. Now take a bar magnet. Bring the north pole of bar magnet close to one end of a coil. You will see a reading in the galvanometer. The needle of galvanometer will deflect in the right position, toward the right direction. You will see the deflection toward the right direction like this. The deflection means current start running in the coil. Now what do you do? Take away this north pole of the bar magnet away from the end of the coil. Means separate. Just take away this bar magnet from this from this end of the coil like this. That means separate the north pole of the magnet away from the end of the coil. Now also you will see the deflection in the coil, but now the deflection will be towards the left direction. So in case number 1, you are bringing the north pole close to one end of the coil. Close to one end of the coil. You will notice a deflection in the galvanometer toward in the right direction. That means current is flowing in the coil. Now means move the coil away from move the north pole of the magnet. In case number 2, move the north pole of the bar magnet away from the end of the coil. Then also you will notice a deflection in the galvanometer, but now the deflection will be in the left direction, toward the left side. That means current flows in the galvanometer but in opposite direction. When you are bringing north pole close to the end of coil, current is flowing in different direction. When you are moving north pole of the bar magnet away from the end of the coil, the current is flowing in different direction. Case number 3. In case number 3, you do not move the north pole. Means both the coil and both the bar magnet, they are at rest. No one is moving. Then you will notice no reading in the galvanometer. The needle of the galvanometer will not deflect. That means when both the bar magnet and both the coil are at rest, then there will be no reading in the galvanometer. When you are moving the magnet toward the coil, then only the reading will appear in the galvanometer. When you are moving the bar magnet toward the coil, or when you are moving the magnet away from the coil, then only the reading will appear in the galvanometer. But if both the bar magnet and the coil is at rest, no reading will appear in the galvanometer. This is case number 3. In case number 1, you will mention we will bring the north pole of magnet close to coil, close to one end of the coil. You will see the deflection in the needle of galvanometer in the right direction. Case number 2 means move away the north pole of bar magnet from the end of coil. You will see the deflection toward the left side. Case number 3, when bar magnet and coil both are at rest to each other, then there will be no deflection in the galvanometer. That means no current is running in the coil. So these are the 3 cases this activity explains, this blue one activity. So you must be aware of this. I've told you now, you are bringing the north pole of the bar magnet close to the coil. This can also be done in different way also. You place the bar magnet at rest. You take this coil in your hand and just bring this coil near to the bar. Then also the galvanometer is going to show the reading. Either you are moving the bar magnet toward the coil, or either you are moving the coil toward the bar magnet. Reading is going to appear in the galvanometer. But when both are at rest, no reading will appear in the galvanometer. Okay, so like this. So next topic is you have to tell what is galvanometer. So galvanometer is an instrument, we have already told, that means gives the knowledge of current in a circuit. When no current is running, the pointer will remain in the center. And when the current is running, the needle either it will deflect in the right direction or the needle will deflect in the left direction. If the needle is deflecting in the right direction, and after some time if the needle is deflecting in the left direction, the direction of current in both the cases is different. If the needle is deflecting in this direction, that means direction of current is different. And if the needle is deflecting in this direction, that means direction of current is different in both the cases. So this is a concept of galvanometer. Second question can be asked, what is galvanometer? So this is activity number 1. When you are moving a magnet toward a coil, Why current is being produced in this coil when you are bringing magnet close to this coil? A question comes in your mind. What happens when you are bringing a bar magnet close to the coil? At one end of the coil, more number of magnetic field lines will get link up, will get attached, and here less number of magnetic lines will get attached. So what will happen? That means you are moving a magnet, means with respect to the coil. You are moving a magnet with respect to the coil. In one end of the coil, more magnetic field will get linked up. Means B end has more magnetic field and A end will have less magnetic field. Due to this, one end is having more magnetic field and other end is having less magnetic field. A potential gets induced. A potential difference means a voltage will get induced. A potential difference will get induced. How you will write this thing? When you bring a bar magnet close to the coil, the one end of the coil will have more magnetic field and the other end of the coil will have less magnetic field. Due to this, a potential difference will get induced. Induced means generated. A potential difference will get induced in the coil. Due to this potential difference only, due to this voltage only, current will start running in the coil. Due to this only, current start running in coil. So this type of current is known as induced current. This current is generated in the coil. This is known as induced current gets generated. So this is activity 13.8. You will see you will take a coil with n number of turns. You will connect both the ends of coil with galvanometer. Take a bar magnet, move bar magnet close to coil. Case number 1, case number 2, and case number 3. And afterwards, what is galvanometer and how current gets induced when you are moving a coil, when you are moving a magnet toward a coil. One end of the coil will have more magnetic field and other end of the coil will have less magnetic field. Due to this, a potential difference gets induced in the coil. As a result of this, current start running in the coil and induced current gets generated in the coil. That is shown by the deflection of galvanometer. So this is up to here, the theory explanation up to here. Here activity 13.9. In activity 13.9, what is there? Operate is different. You will take two coils, coil number 1 and coil number 2. This coil is having suppose 100 turns and this coil is having suppose 50 turns, and both the ends of coil A are connected to battery and both the ends of coil B are connected to galvanometer. Case number 1, you will connect the in case number 1 you will on the switch. Current will start running in the coil A. On the switch, current will start running through the coil A. And when current runs through the coil, a magnetic field will get generated around coil 1. So this coil 1 will start acting as a magnet. Due to when you on the switch, the current start increasing in the coil. Due to that, the magnetic field will be start changing. That is linked with the coil number 1. When you on the switch, current will start increasing in coil number 1. Due to that, the magnetic field linked with coil 1 goes on changing, and this magnetic field of coil 1 will induce the potential difference in coil number 2. And when the potential difference will get induced in the coil number 2, current will start running in this coil number 2, which will be given by deflection in the galvanometer. This is case number 1. Now switch off the battery, switch off the means off the switch. Case number 2, current will start decreasing in coil number 1, so magnetic field will also start decreasing. So this means magnetic field will again start changing. So this changing magnetic field, it will generate the potential difference in coil number 2. Again deflection will be shown in the galvanometer, but in the opposite direction. In first case the deflection will be in this direction, in second case it will be in this direction. When you on the switch, current will start increasing in the coil number 1. That means magnetic field will start changing in coil number 1. That changing magnetic field will induce the potential difference. Due to induced potential difference, current will set up in coil number 2, which will be shown by galvanometer. When you off the switch, current start decreasing in coil number 1. Again, due to decreasing current, the magnetic field means will change. If the current is increasing, then also the magnetic field is going to change. If the current is decreasing, then also the magnetic field is going to change. When current is increasing, magnetic field is going to change. When current is decreasing, magnetic field is going to change. When you off the switch, current will reduce in coil number 1. Magnetic field of coil number 1 will get changed. This change magnetic field will induce the potential difference in coil number 2. Due to that potential difference, means current will start flowing in the galvanometer, and this will be shown by galvanometer with a reading in opposite direction. So this is, you will take a case number 1 on the switch, you will take the case number 2 of off the switch. On the switch, current start increasing, magnetic field changes. Off the switch, current start decreasing, magnetic field changes. In first case, deflection will be toward right side. In second case, deflection toward be left side. When no current is flowing through coil 1, galvanometer will remain in the rest or at the center position. That means no current has been set up in the coil number 2. This is case number 3rd. So in theory, you can also mention the coil number 1 is also known as primary coil, and coil number 2 is called the secondary coil. So when the current in first coil changes, the magnetic field linked with coil number 1 also changes. And when magnetic field changes, you will say a potential difference gets linked with the coil number 2, secondary coil. Due to that, a current get induced in coil number 2, like this. So this thing is known as electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is a phenomena of generating a induced current in coil by changing the amount of magnetic field. By changing the amount of magnetic field linked with the coil. So, electromagnetic induction is a phenomena in which induced current is generated by changing the amount of magnetic field that is linked with the coil. So this is a concept. So when experiments have been conducted, it has been found the induced current value will be maximum. When will be the maximum? When the direction of coil is at right angle to the direction of magnetic field. So what is it? So suppose this is coil. Okay. You are means moving the coil towards this. So this is bar magnet. So bar magnet is having magnetic field, and this magnetic field will have some direction, north to south. You are moving coil one in case number one this side, and in case number two you are moving coil this side. Case number one, you are moving coil toward the magnet, and case number two, you are moving the coil away from the magnet. So the movement of coil will have some direction. Movement of coil will also have some direction. Okay. When the coil is moving toward the bar magnet or away from the bar magnet, in both cases induced current will be produced in the coil. Induced current will get produced in coil. It has been found that when the direction of movement of coil is perpendicular means 90 degree. When the direction of movement of coil is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, then the induced current will be maximum. Note down this point. When the direction of movement of coil is 90 degree to the direction of magnetic field, then the induced current will be maximum in the coil. So a rule is being used. The rule name is Fleming right hand rule. This Fleming right hand rule is used to find the direction of induced current. If you are moving the coil, that means if you know the movement of coil, if you know the direction in which the coil is being moved, and if you know the direction of magnetic field, you can find the direction of induced current by using this rule. So Fleming's rule says this is first finger, this is center finger, and this is a thumb. Means place first finger, center finger and thumb mutually perpendicular to each other. Mutually means both, all are at a 90 degree, mutually perpendicular to each other. F for first, F first means field direction. C for center, C for means current. It will give the direction of induced current. T for thumb. Thumb is the direction of movement of coil. Magnetic field is done. Induced current is done. What is happened? Movement of coil is remaining. First finger gives the direction of F for first, F for field. C for center, C for current. So thumb only remains. Thumb gives the direction of movement of coil. You will say place first finger, center finger and thumb mutually perpendicular to each other, such that the first finger is in the direction of field and thumb is in the direction of movement of coil. Then the center finger will provide us the direction of a induced current. Hold first, center and first finger, center finger and thumb mutually perpendicular to each other. Such that the first finger is giving the direction of magnetic field. Thumb is giving the direction of movement of coil. Then the center finger will provide the direction of induced current. So this is Fleming's right hand thumb rule. So these are three rules. So remember this concept. So this is a revision of second topic, second activity 13.9. That means we are taking two coil, one is connected to battery and another coil galvanometer. We are on the switch, off the switch. This is case number 1, on the switch. Case number 2, off the switch. Case number 3. Case number 3 means when battery is not connected, no reading in the galvanometer. This is case number 3. Coil 1 is primary coil, coil 2 is secondary coil. When the current of coil 1 changes, magnetic field of coil 1 changes. Due to that, a current gets induced in secondary coil. And this phenomena is known as electromagnetic induction. So the rule to find the electromagnetic induction is Fleming's right hand thumb rule. First finger is giving the direction of magnetic field. Thumb is giving the direction of movement of coil. And the induced current direction is given by the central finger. C for center, C for induced current. So this is your question. Explain different ways to induce current in a coil. So this is your question for today.